good cat. You're a good cat. You're not being a little bastard. Yeah. Alright. Come on. Let's not have a knock down, drag out, fall all over the place. Oops. Alright, let's make a huge mess so we can't even begin to craft. Alright, huge mess. Check. Adjust camera. Get monitoring things set up. Move the fluff away because the fluff is useless for this stuff. I'm going to have to jumble the camera around because I totally forgot to get my crate out of the fridge first. All right. Live. Search for me. I should be live. Oh. Show my channel. Aww. Aww. Did I hit start streaming on the OBS? I don't know if I did. We're gonna have to find out. It's on Google. Live dashboard. YouTube live dashboard. Go there. Okay, says I am live. Play. Yes, there's my ugly face sitting there. Alright, it's a blank spot for chat. Ooh, can I do that? Yes. Yes, so I can just see my chat. Ah, yeah. Lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Basic info, create. Ooh, I can create. Oh. I wonder if all new streamers have this thing. What can I do? What can I do? How's it work? Oh, wow, this is neat. That's neat. Ooh, cool. Alright, I'll set that over there so I can barely see it. Okay, yeah, we're gonna have a little camera jostle as I grab my paste sources out of the fridge. And there's gonna be even more jostle jockey as I desperately try to find places to put stuff. There, that's just enough spot to spill stuff on the ground. It's perfect. Camera jostle one. Paste. And skinning fluid. Camera jostle two. Stuff I don't need now. Stuff I shouldn't need right early. Stuff I want to have to make the experience more wonderful, which goes with that. Cotton balls. Project for touch-up. Water source. Where's the other one? Oh, don't tell me I didn't bring it in. Oh, all right. I didn't bring it in. Oh well. Don't technically need it tonight. Would have been more fun, but it's only in the living room, and nobody's watching. So I'm gonna go get it anyway. Nope, not even in the living room. It's in the kitchen. Great, okay. The only thing that's going to happen with you tonight is going to be skinning. So let's get you back. Oh, what's this? What's this space? There's space here. Somebody, my God. No, that's not supposed to happen. All right, Velcro pieces. All right, there's all my stuff from yesterday. And here is the remote. Okay, good. Good. All right, for the benefit of those who watched my last live stream, that's not even dry. Ugh. Polyester fluff with mache paste. This makes a great moss. I mean, really, give this a hit of a green ink and you're pretty much done. I'm sure that would stick onto stuff that's got great droopy froopies, but as a cotton goober maker, it's crud. Absolute crud. So awesome, bad goobers. Where else can you get to say that? Some folks asked what I made what stuff was in here for the shake up, and they asked if this was glitter. This is not glitter. This is a here, the ultra special. This is Pearl X powdered pigments, a jacquard product. This is series 1. It gives me all sorts of different colors. There's a blue pink, there's silver, there's make reflective stuff, there's a bunch of golds in there. It's just a reflective powder, which is normally used in any of a gazillion ways, honestly. You can put this stuff into like a white paint and get just a metallic-y. The whole thing is it's an opalescent, pearlescent additive for whatever art media you're using. Conceivably, you could even just brush it onto the surface of a pre-done thing. And there should be enough light. Let's move that a little closer and give it a little shake for pattern viewing as the lights go to their most obnoxious setting. Yeah, that. So that's in there. The fluid is highlighter. I don't know if any of you have seen any tutorials on that. Let's turn that off. That's going to get annoying in short order. One of these is off, and that's you. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the technique of using highlighters to make these glow fluids. but it is simply a matter of you take some water. I like to boil it first, make sure any bacteria or gunkety bits in there are dead. You then take a highlighter marker, you crack it open, usually at the end. You put on some gloves because the ink in there gets all over everything. Then you squeegee out that little cartridge into the water, and it gives you a fluorescent ink suspended in water effect. And when you combine it with a little bit of ultraviolet lighting, then you get a glowing fluid, which I'm going to see if it shows up on the video. Just barely, but you can notice it. This whole set of water here is illuminated. In a darker environment like Halloween night, the fluid will have an internal glow. So that's that. I want to see again on the video just how much different that is. One of my cats is moaning. Yeah, okay, good. That shows up fine in the video. On, off, on. Alright. But let's get some more light. Okay. I have a bunch of things to work on this evening. I want to start the bottle macheing process on this one. This is the first one I did do a lighting check on. So that's on there. That's what the metal powders are and how you get that swirly opalescent effect to the water. That's the highlighter in the water trick. And any UV light. This one here is orange highlighter. But I added quite a bit of the pearlescent powder in there, including some red pearlescent powder. That's why it appears far more orange, because I did not like the effect. Still, quite frankly, not a huge fan. I'm going to pour this fluid out at length and put some sort of placement in there. And it might just be probably some red food coloring in water, because I don't think that is going to... No. Yeah, that's what it is. Where's that thing? Yeah, there's all sorts of good stuff. Another trick is this. And that is delicious. It's a great trick. I love that trick. Alright, enough of doing it for show. This is what these bottles originally contain. For the sake of the video, I'm going to call it lemonade. But I need to empty this one. So, in the process of crafting tonight, we're going to drink some lemonade. Delicious, delicious lemonade. Okay. Where to start? I want to touch up the witch bottle. And truth be told, this does not need a great deal of touching up. Fortunately, the wood stain really did a great job on this. So there's not too many spots that require anything. Oh yeah, I brought mood scents too. Bring it in with Ghostly Glow. It's one of those, you know you're a haunter when you look for stuff that's pointlessly Halloween themed and then get it just to try it. This is Ghostly Glow incense, which has a nice fall smell to it, so I figured why not be super chill, you know? Since I can't really play much in the way of music, I might as well smell nice things. Let me see if I can take precautions to make sure that beverage stays rather far away from wood stain. I would imagine there's little worse than having a nice slurp only to find out that you have drunk something that is really not meant to be consumed. Sweet, let's get to it. Shouldn't need a big brush for touch-up. Grab out the wood stain. Give the wood stain a nice little swirl. Bet the cat who's hiding under the shelf. Alright. I have one viewer. It's me watching my own stream. Some folks have said that they were not getting any kind of notifications that the streams were happening. Fortunately, this does not surprise me with the way YouTube is. And unfortunately, at the moment, I am not sure if there is a way to send out some sort of manual stream notification. So, for those who are awake at this insane hour and are not seeing me, I am very sorry about that. I'm sure more bugs will get ironed out as soon as the cats are done playing. I'm really not looking for pitch black on this project for the sheer fact that night itself is going to compensate for any areas that I think are too light on it. Oh, hush up, Sam. I don't know why that furball always wants to play right this time. Ow! Yes. Kind of wish I had a little bit more direct light onto the project. And if you do end up doing this yourself, a stiff bristled brush is not advisable because this one is ticking me off. Like I say, tipping it sideways like this really gives you a highlight on which areas didn't get that initial soaking that they should have gotten. I'm very impressed with the cotton and how well it absorbs and holds the mache paste to make a very, very, very rigid structure. Very impressed. Case in point, when I was working on this little piece of cotton interruption in the mouth of this pumpkin yesterday, I thought that was going to be way too flimsy, but this is like just absolutely rigid. Even the flimsiest parts of it feel fine. That's going to take up varnish and be excellent. And it's going to be, I think, rather translucent to whatever light I throw in there. It's going to be great. It's going to be amazing. Oh, come on, cat. You was all night to meow at me earlier, and you were quiet. Now that I'm in here doing things, it's meow, 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 meow. See? That's about it, really. Yeah, that's fine. Anything else here is just nitpicking details that nobody's going to care about. There we go. I don't think I'm going to seal that with anything, just because it's not a prop that's meant to be out on a wet night. Normally I'm incredibly paranoid about waterproofing, but I also think that the stain itself will do a little bit of waterproofing for me, owing to the fact that when I just dunk this brush in water, I got a ton of stain droplets sitting on the surface. So that stain is hydrophobic, and it does not like the water. Okay. Next step, though, is going to be including its remote control with the unit. I'm going to mark this other remote. This is a circular waterproof one. As soon as I got these, I realized the danger that on Halloween itself, somebody's going to open a box of these and not know which remote goes with what, and before we know it, we're going to be going nuts trying to find out who's got the right remote. So, hammering inbound. Use our old buddy Velcro to make sure that doesn't happen. That's the one. Velcro. I already have the battery pack Velcroed to a compartment underneath the bottle. So I am just going to make sure that that remote is also Velcroed down in there. pair of scissors is over by the kitchen, so I'll be right back. Excellent. Okay. Battery base is down there. It's even a little embossed. Don't throw in the trash symbol. That's adorable. Let's make sure this does not get lost on Halloween night. You're kidding me. It's working effectively through the table. God, that pumps me up. That is just phenomenal. So theoretically, I could have this in my pocket on Halloween night, have about 4 of these set up, and be able to just clickety-clickety-click and go through. That is, I could change all my lights. Oh, that's just too good. Too good. Red strobe. Only problem is these other remotes are picking up on it. So this is a very interesting enterprise, suffice to say. Is that actually strobing? All right, let's insulate this other light somehow, some way. All right, I'll put it behind my back. Strobe. Red. Strobe. No, red. Strobe. Fine. Red. Fade. I think this bottle really wants to be green. Really wants to be green. Or it wants to cycle through all the colors. And that could look snazzy on Halloween night too. Especially if I buy for the same unit and have them all doing it at once. All right. Thank God the other one didn't go. Let's turn this off. Pull the battery out. Cool. A little mache paste on there. I do not want interfering with this. Well, I guess I'll pick that up later. Okay. Awesome. Okay. So now remote sticks to battery compartment. Battery compartment sticks to prop. Nothing gets lost. Excellent. Perfect. All right, well, let's start dressing up the prototype. Oh, that's an exciting crinkle sound, isn't it, Cat? These remotes back. Because this is the first one I did, it has an external on-off switch and a battery compartment that's built into the bottom. I won't be able to completely mache around this. There'll be a little black line down there, but I'm not hideously worried about that. During my full tutorial on this, I'll show the whole thing. The biggest trick, honestly, is just getting a way to extend the base. The first one I had here is pieces of foam rubber that are just patched in there, and it's all just hot glue paloozed on. So, whatever works, I suppose. But to do up a proper, I'm going to use my old buddy, mache paste. So you can't go wrong with mache paste. Easily one of the most versatile and inexpensive crafting tools I have ever dealt with. Still surprises me to this day just how absolutely easy mache is. Astoundingly. I was initially very worried that the goop and the goobers from the cotton would not stick to the glass, but I'm glad to see that I was incorrect about that. So, brush, another brush. A bigger brush, a wider brush, a happier brush, well, just another brush. No, I really would like a slightly bigger brush than that. I want this project to get done eventually. All right. Let's grab the brush I was using before. Let's upset the cat. Come on. Let's grab all the brushes I cleaned. Quick. I'm going to need the detail brush anyway. I got to get around the electronics on this one. Where with the other one, I did not have to do that. Oh well. At least I brought the cleaning brushes back to two. Detail brush. I am just going to start with a layer of paper mache. Just one layer. all I want to do is have something on the outside that I know that the goobers are going to stick to a little bit better than hot glue. I wonder if the humidity is going up outside. It's getting warm in here. The only reason I'm going a little bit more than one layer here is that I want to frame around the electrical switch. There we go. Do not like the border between these two sections. Yeah, so what I meant by one layer was like 3. once again, I got to use small pieces because I got that battery compartment to deal with. And eventually this thing is going to need new batteries. So... Cool. Alright, there's one-ish layer of mache. I am going to throw a layer of skin on this, just because I don't like to worry about did I hide the newsprint completely later on. Thirsty sound. I'm not going to use the watered down skinning compound because really there's just no point. Got undiluted paste right here. That'll make it so I don't have to be afraid that I forgot to hide text later on, and it'll just look nicer. I know that nobody's watching live right now, but come on, how many of y'all do something stupid on a project that's totally unnecessary just because you're a perfectionist? Nobody's ever going to see that. Yes, but I'll know it's there. And every Halloween when I haul it out. That's an amazing prop. Yeah, it is. But what you don't know is underneath there's a 2-inch by 2-inch square section that's unpainted. And it looks terrible. No, I'm not that bad, but I've been there before. Oh, pardon. Oh, and to comment about those folks who left their feedback, I really do appreciate that. I have decided that for most of these streams, I am just going to upload them directly and unadulterated, because that's what the most folks chimed in for. If the stream is an absolute nothing and I am just sitting here alone doing a menial task for 2 hours, then I will not upload it, just because that is absolutely abjectly boring. So we're going to reach a happy medium there. If I get 8, 10, 12 live streams, each one that has a good tidbit of content, helpful hints, tips, tricks, insights, whatever, I'm probably going to do a highlight video for that. I hate to say it, but knowing me, though, that is going to be a rarity, because editing video is a really, really miserable task, I guess. It's time-consuming, it's painstaking, you're going back and forth trying to find out at what timestamp you did this and at what timestamp you did that. Cut it here, snip it there, to string it into one long, good, endless set. So doing that chore is part of the reason that I do not post on a hideously regular basis And live streaming takes that out of the equation. We're just rocking and rolling, and there is nothing else to worry about. One person commented that they'd like me to be on a schedule for this. I would like to be on a schedule for this, or at least a schedule that I am comfortable with. During the summer, since I don't have to be awake with the summer vacation of a teacher, my sleep schedule goes in 90 different directions. And quite frankly, I enjoy getting a full night's rest every single night. So we'll be doing at least for a while. Most nights in the early morning. Can you really call it a night then? Once school starts up though, and I am on a regular schedule, I will probably be doing this at more sane hours. And part of this too will also depend on how heavily I am bitten by the Halloween bug. I am hoping to get well smitten this year and get some serious projects. Even if not serious projects, the very active live streaming should help me just get things done. When I stopped doing videos a year or so ago, I had a project that felt more like homework. A company sent me some stuff with the hope / understanding that I would use it, review it, and I started that video, and to this day it is not finished. I will complete that project because I do want that item in my haunt, but in the middle of doing it, I just felt like this is an obligation. This is not me doing this for fun because I enjoy it. This is me doing this because I feel bad because I got free stuff, and so I feel like I have to do it. And it was really showing in the video itself. I was not very jovial. I was taking huge long sections of just time-lapse time because I wasn't really having fun with it. And that's not why I do this. I want to have fun with it. I want to enjoy it. I want to do crafty, artsy, fartsy stuff, and then I want to scare people on Halloween. And that's not too much to ask. So that's what kind of killed my project phase initially. The other aspect of it that's tough is the fact that for my haunt, I am the sole creator person. I don't mind dumping money into things, but once you dump money into a prop, half the time the prop needs more work. And it's not like it's me and a friend sitting down at night and we're crafting and we're chatting and we're having a grand old time. It's sit down and work in the kitchen and play some music. And sometimes that's fun. But sometimes that feels like a chore. So. And that's another reason for streaming, too. If I have a few people watching with me, and there's a chat, we can yak back and forth. I had a great time reading your comments for the last live stream, too. Some people had some really cool ideas about how to agitate the stuff in this shaker here. And some of them got me thinking along some other lines. I was thinking if you did an oil and water kind of unit, you did some colored water at the bottom of maybe here up with oil, you slunk an aerator tube down in here, and you started it bubbling, you could get colored bubbles just popping up through the oil in its own interesting effect. Now I've got to prototype that and test it and make sure my idea of, hey, maybe this will look like this will actually look like that. But a lot of nifty concepts. The other thing that worries me about perpetual agitation with this, if I ever for some reason was able to use the the cool shaky stuff in there is the fact that if I put a device down in there and ran a power cable out, I'd have to be using like a pair of chopsticks to get that thing oriented properly. And there's no guarantee it would stay well in there. It's hard to fix things once they're in. But thoughts, ideas got me thinking, and I really enjoyed that. Alright, so there is the bottom with a layer of mache, layer of skin. Power still works. Pardon. No. This lemonade's making me a little belchy. Should probably send an email to YouTube. I have permission from a couple of artists to use their music in my videos, and quite frankly, that would be kind of nice right now. Sam Haynes and Shadow Symphony have been good enough to say, go ahead and use our stuff. And they both make awesome haunt music. The problem is, if you use them, you get this little message from YouTube saying, your video has been flagged, and then you have to go send them a thing, file a dispute. I toyed briefly with the concept of putting a video up there, waiting until they filed the claim, and then just take a small claims court claim on them. Because I have permission from the artist. They know I have permission from the artist. This is not the first time I would have gone through the dispute procedure. There's no way in heaven they would send a lawyer out to this town to find me and do anything with it. So I'd win the case, but then I'd have a judgment and nothing else. Nothing would come of it. It's not like you can sick a large law enforcement body on them if they continued to flag the videos. It would just be, oh, you got a judgment about us. You know, we're sorry. Because any revenue I would make on it, or be able to even claim revenue loss, would be an absolutely microscopic amount. I do not make tons on these videos. I just enjoy doing this. It's about to rain cotton balls behind me. I am not looking forward to that. Okay. Well, at any rate, this is the micro tutorial. This is the tutorial before the tutorial. Isn't that cool? You've got the bottle, the stand, the electronics, everything's set. To add the cotton, I'm gonna experiment here with the old dunk first and splay out the cotton ball later technique. There we go. Let's get some goobers going. I like to start at the neck of the bottle and get a thing going round, then at least take a few arcs down to the side on the bottom. But, you know, how you do it does not matter at all. The other thing I did want to do was take a spot and sculpt in a little skull face onto the goobers. Maybe we'll try that tonight. There's some strange eldritch runes. I don't know. Let's see how the mood takes us. Alright, so here's my current concept. You take the cotton ball, you open it up a little bit, then you dunk it in the sauce. Then you pull it apart into a goober. Then you rethink what you were saying entirely, because that didn't come out like the last ones. It's okay though. I know exactly what went wrong. Figured it out. I didn't drink my lemonade. That was the problem. That was the problem all along. I suppose it kind of depends on the cotton ball too. Some of these are coming apart really easy, really well, and some of them are a little bit more resistant. Goobers. Alright, come on now. I want goobers, but I don't want to I don't want to lose the project. Alright, not bad. Not bad at all. Let's get some goobers on the base. The other thing I discovered with this project is that you don't want to underdo your goobers. My first attempt at this that I pretty well finished off is this one, and in my opinion there's just not enough goober on it. It is insufficiently goobered. So, yeah. Whereas I think that wine bottle version really came out beautifully. Delicious. Another reason I'm going to the bottom right now is I think I put a little bit too much moisture at the top, and I want to give that a little bit of time to either lose some moisture by having it dribble down or air dry. It's not going to be enough time to air dry though, not even vaguely. Let's try another method. Let's take a cotton ball, open it up, dunk it, and squeegee it. Alright. And now let's try pulling it apart. I'm getting a more filamentous vibe to that. Let's see how well it applies. Not bad. Not bad. All right. Oh, ooh, look at that. Look at that. That effect is a little bit easier to get that way. This is the effect I'm talking about. Let's hope that focuses. It's a pretty good camera. Everybody was saying how nice it is. That's pretty good. I like that. Okay, so there's that method. Kind of gets you a dry, husky kind of look. All right, so that was pull the cotton ball apart a little bit first, dunk it, squeegee it. You're gonna get your hands gooped doing it this way though, but all right, and pull it apart. Use it to wipe off your goopy hands. All right, we're going to lay this on top because that is not as full, so it should absorb, hopefully, some of the excess from the earlier ones into it. If we're lucky. The other method is to dunk your hands in the thing with no cotton ball, then add a cotton ball to it. I was just testing the temperature of the paste to make sure it was right. Hi, Cat. How are you? Would you like to test the temperature of the paste? Oh, boy. The paste is the right temperature. We have just discovered this. Oh, dear. More lemonade. Excellent. I'd love to try that little modeling attempt now, but I have a distinct impression that whatever I do at this point is going to get overshadowed by the need to put more stuff on here. Because again, as I mentioned before, you don't want to underdo with your goobers. Let's have this one rise up from the bottom. I'd love to be streaming this to Twitch right now too, but there is no way I would be able to see both chats on my tablet. I don't have enough devices to run a big multi-bit. I've got a laptop, but it's very old. It's like a 10-year-old system. It might well do it. I may try that next time. All I know about that laptop at this point is it can't play haunt animations on Halloween night like it used to be. It used to be our primary video hookup. We used that laptop with the projector and rig it up. I can't remember if it was this year or last year, but we rigged it. It was the year before last. We rigged it. I've got my beautiful new 1024 by 768p haunts on my big screen, and yes, I'm thinking these are going to look great, but instead they're frame skipping like crazy. And it's Halloween night, and we're about to go live, and I'm gone. Oh, it was awful. Awful, awful, awful. It's like all my animations look like they're in 1925 stop motion. Ray Harryhausen on a bad day is controlling my ghosts. No! That's not to denigrate the great Ray Harryhausen. His effects are masterful, even today, quite frankly. But on a bad day, I imagine they didn't look very good. If you don't know who Ray Harryhausen is, I weep for you. Here's a lemonade to you folks who don't know who Ray Harryhausen is. Well, there's an episode right there. Crafters drinking holding of cups. This is my index finger and thumb are all full of goop, and I want to drink, but I can't be bothered to, keep them away because I'm still going to have to goop them up. This is I've grabbed everything, and I need most of the rest of my hand, but god dang it, I really want to drink grip. I'll let you guys think of a few more. Oh. Incidentally, this is all practice because I'm doing this completely alone right now. There is only one person watching, and that's me. This is an example of how lively a stream could be if we had lots of people. Oh, dear. Alright, so I like this squeegee method. Pull the cotton ball most of the way apart, dunk, squeegee, rip. You get some really, really nice haunted shapes from that. Oh, thank God I got a smock on. Uh-oh, starting to feel a little tired. Alexa, what time is it?
The time is 4:02 a.m.
Woo. Reminds me of the days when I used to work third shift. Terrible times those were. Loving how those filaments are coming out. I have to make up some more paste soon. Hey, I already pulled this one apart. Fantastic. Alright, let's connect the top to the bottom. Somehow. Doesn't really matter how, quite frankly, because it's all going to look goopy and yucky at the end anyway, which is exactly what we're going for. Alright, so top connected to the bottom there. Let's slide that crookedly to the side. This should not be a thing of straight lines. There we go. My other one is a thing of straight lines. There's a lot of straight ups and downs in here. Let's make the goal of this project to be a little bit more upsy daisy, upsy daisy. In fact, let's get downright devious with the shapes here. Come here. Get joined up. All right. And you. Come here. Let's curl you back. There we go. Nice little curly Q. Very nice. Just add a few more drops of sauce. There we go. I like that. We're gonna take that motif and we're gonna go nuts with it. Let's do some branchety sculpting. Show me some twisted hate, oh, first prototype bottle of mine. Come here, you. Yeah, nice. Gnarled. Way down over there. There we go. There we go. Let's work the Burton on this one. And this is why you prototype before you make a tutorial. The spirit of Father Tim be with me. Yeah. There we go. You're gonna come up over that way and then open up a little bit at the bottom. That's a witch bottle. There we go. come up over here and start going up. Yeah. I mean up. Let's get some embossment to that. Let's tune in for the viewers we don't have. There we go. There's the close-up. There's nothing. I haven't been there yet. Yeah, that, good. That's why you should always drink lemonade when you craft. Good. This is why I'm turning this into another usable bottle. Okay. Let's keep channeling our inner Burton. I squeegeed a little too much out. I'm experimenting right now with kind of not squeegeeing it as tightly as I can, just enough to get it as pliable as I want it to be. Okay, one of these sides is going to get a modeling experiment. Can't be this side because it's got the power switch. Shouldn't be this side because it's got the battery case. I really should have had them on either two back sides or both on the same side. But as is right now, I have two scene breakers that are on the same side. God, the extent to which I nitpick when I'm crafting. It's on here, nobody's going to notice it. That's, hell, I could throw a piece of burlap over that if I really wanted to mess with it. So whatever Sculpey thing I want to do on here should be on this side, this side, this side, or at a junction between the sides. So I'm thinking I'll play with it right in here. And this thing is in the way if I want to do that, but it's not going to become part of it. All right, let's take that over, that down. Let's fluff my ball. Let's play with it. All right, first let's establish I don't know where we're going with this. last place I have a curl. It's over there, okay. Modify that down. Something about a spiral shape that just makes my Halloween sensibilities very, 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 very happy. Okay. Okay, let's... that wants to come apart. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine too. Then let's have it go down. Okay. All right. We're still on track. Yeah, that whole sculpting thing I was thinking about just a second ago, I just lost the lost the what for, the where, the how, the what the of it. Not saying it's not going to happen, I just lost my initial concept. Because the cotton and the goo said no. They said, not there, don't go there, it's going to look terrible. Go where we tell you to go. Add that there. They want me to do it here. They say, have another drink. I think I need the flat pieces. Or at least pieces that are going to be highly malleable and manipulatable, which means thin at the moment. So what the voices in my head are telling me to do is we're going to go for a skull shape right here, if we can. Cat, I'd love to pet you right now, but you get all starched. You're lucky I keep cat petting napkins nearby. Think I pet? There we are. Hi. Hi, what are you doing over there? Yeah. Have a sniff. It's mache. It's it's still wet and not quite finalized mache, which is the best kind of mache, really. Alright, more balls. Goodness gracious. Great balls of cotton. I hesitate to think of all the juvenile balls jokes you could do in a stream like this, where one of your major ingredients was cotton balls. I really don't want to think about it. Oh, that was a Pet-Me paw. Hi. Every now and again, the old left calf gets a little fuzzy tickle. Occasionally, she uses claws, which is not so nice, but, you know. And it says, "Hi, I'm down here, pet me." Okay, big, flat piece. Okay. Stringy bit to join the top section. Okay, and now sculpting tool, which I wish I had a different one. Not sure it's around somewhere, and I've got other stuff over here anyway. Okay, let's make. I'm not even going to use that. I'm going to use this piece of wire hanger. Oh, let's join together. So that means we're going to use this X-Acto. Okay, here's an eye hole. Apparently pulling up is a better method here. There's an eye hole. There's an eye hole. Here's a nose-ish hole. Some tiny filaments that we can separate. And add to. Okay, we're going to tuck that up and tuck that over. And push that down and get a very small brush. Bristles are a little hard on this one, but I'm just going to try to deliver some paste in there to gap fill and make it more liquidy. Alright. Well, it's interesting at the very least. So that's what it turned out to be for a start. And it's by nowhere near its final form. Because I can take tiny pieces of cotton, wipe them in all the dribbles that have gotten in the way as I've moved other pieces of cotton over, start laying them on. This will do two things. It will clean up my desk, and ideally evolve that design. That needs more. Come here. This is not going to come out perfectly. There is, I don't think, any way for that to actually happen with how it's going so far, but it might be something that can be worked with, because as I'm envisioning right now, if I were to continue to work on this little design unabatedly, I could be in there doing little details with an X-Acto all night. And that is not what I'm going to be doing. It's exactly what I'm going to be doing. Just watch. There's no way I'm going to be doing that. 2 hours later, tap, 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 tap. It's not perfect yet. Oh, no. Honestly, I'm liking how it is for the simplistic little thing that I've got. Cool. I think that's all I'm going to do with it. This is one of those things where too much effort onto it is going to turn it into an absolute nightmare. You'll overthink it, you'll overdo it. It's nice, it's simplistic. It's as complicated as it has to be. I'm going to add another curl coming off of its side. No, I'm not. Those are garbage. I'm going to add that. Open that up. I'm going to join this to it and put my curl there. I want to see what that looks like on the camera, so I am going to hold it here until my avatar that I'm watching catches up to me or my arm gets too tired. Okay, there we go. Curl, curl. Good. Yeah, I'm liking how this is coming out so far. Really, really liking it. I need I need a few more curls. Let's really curl this up. I'll look like a person who got an H.P. Lovecraft aficionado. If you say something that's stupid and somewhat nonsensical, that's the time to take a drink. Part of me is wondering if a closer camera angle would be better for this overall effort. I don't know if I can easily make that happen. Because there's nothing more thrilling than watching an artist go, yeah, dude, oh, yeah, look, oh, and you can't see him actually doing it. So let's get into this workstation area a little bit more. Let's try to position this so my foot will not kick it. Let's angle that down on the project, and let's wait a moment for YouTube to show me how that looks. Yeah, that'll do. It's not as zoomed in as I'd like it to be, but you know, if I do that, then it's going to move in and out of frame as I adjust and kibitz. So that's fine. Get a curl down there. Oh, this is a big cotton ball. How big a curl do we need? As big as these leftover pieces. Good. Something in there. Oh, hey. It's something. Now we just have to put it in there. Let's not curl. Let's split. It's a little bit too knobby. It needs a point. Let's join it up with that. Nice. Now that's a witchy jump bottle right there. Oh, my apologies. Perfect. All right, now let's get some filaments going. Let's use a brush. All right. It's really squeegee, this one. All right, one filaments. One big old tattery, stringy filaments. And filaments are just pieces like this that really have the strings at the bottom. I want those kind of semi-translucent in certain areas. Almost gives a rotten spider web kind of effect. Catches just enough of the wood stain to be neat. Okay. Give me another piece. There we go. I don't want to go near that skull. I want to screw it up. So let's not go near the skull. It's a little too thick, but I'll forgive myself. Psst, down. Good girl. The cats, incidentally, for anyone who cares, are not allowed on the kitchen counter. Oh, I think this is probably the most tedious part of this project so far. Trying to get some really fine stuff into the gaps. To have it come down. Because the problem with a filament, for anybody who's worked with a filament of anything, is that they're tiny. And they're not very sturdy. Yeah. I was hoping I would have incorporated enough, but now I come around and there's a side with almost none. Alright. If you find yourself getting frustrated like that, it's time to become a lot less picky. Tell yourself that it's good enough a little bit more often. You don't slide into the perfection trap. So it's time for a little story then about the day I learned about the perfection trap. I learned about the perfection trap when I was in 7th grade. Because we were in band, and I played the trombone. And we sat there on a parents' night, and the band played. And for the first time, I really musically listened. And I listened to the band screw up. I heard little squeaks from the clarinets. I heard an oboe who was completely off key by at least a flat. And I looked out at the audience, and the audience was smiling and happy. And we reached the end of the song. The audience clapped because they were all happy-ish, except for the ones who were going, why am I sitting here listening to these kids play? But I really don't think that most of them noticed all the little squeakity squawks that I heard during that performance. And it occurred to me that this is probably true more often than not for more things than we would like to admit. People are just busy, and they do not pick out the minutia. Our conductor sure as hell told us off about it the next day. The oboe heard no end of it, but I don't think the parents noticed a bit of it. Unless, of course, we had any parent who had a serious penchant for music. But that was how I learned about the perfection trap. You can be sweating yourself crazy about it. And truth be told, the people you're sweating yourself crazy for it might not even be able to tell that it's a thing at all. Good. And I wish I could give myself that speech every Halloween when we set up. Because I'm always going around trying to make sure everything is perfect-ish. I've gotten a lot better than that. My first Halloween was, oh my god. I had my own haunt. It was so exciting. Oh, but that tombstone was 2 inches to the left of where it was supposed to be. What kind of idiot would come up and get candy from us with all these off-centered tombstones? Ah! I don't know if any of you have had that experience. I hope you haven't, because it's not fun. You end up stressing about your event more than you enjoy your event. You turn into that person on Thanksgiving who did all the cooking and is just trying to make sure that the family is happy. And not just the family, I'm talking about the extended family, Aunt Frida's not gluten. Oh my god, just like they have nuclear holidays. I really don't ever want Halloween to be a nuclear holiday for me. As I said, I've gotten a lot better since that initial time, but man, my haunt compatriot wanted to smack me and lock me in the garage a few times that day. I have gotten much better. I probably said that before, but yeah. Hell, I'm still just riffing here. It's only me. There's no chat. There's nobody, so I'm just going to talk so that when this eventually goes up, because I am going to post this one, it is not dull as dishwater. I am incredibly pleased with how this one turned out, though. These branch-like curlicues, I love the look. Absolutely adore it. I think it's even better than the wine bottle. I got to bulk them up a little bit, though. But this is going great. Speaking of bulking them up a little bit, we can probably move to a more mass market edition of doing this. getting this going better. But to do that, I'm going to have to degoop my hands a bit. If I got a lot of this and I want to do it fast, then the way to do that is to, as I may or may not have shown before, and if not, what the hell? It's a quote-unquote live stream, so we're just going to do it. I'm going to pull apart my fluff, dunk it in the bowl. And I'll slide to the side with you, all right? All right. All right, we're really close right now, like 12 inches away from the camera. This does not communicate any feeling through the internet, but, you know, for a second we were really close there. You've just done something stupid. Here, have a drink. Excellent. Oh, God, that stuff is really good. Really, really good. Noticing a pattern to the way these cotton balls are done. So I am just going to fill this little bowl here full of separated cotton fibers. I'm going to pour in the mache paste. I don't want them all. I really can't wait. Can't look forward to no. I can't wait till tomorrow to hit this with the stain and see what kind of nightmare scape comes out of it. Maybe look at doing some other shapes apart from skulls. You're gonna have to do some crazy witchy glyphs as well. I'm sure if you had a more cutesy Halloween setup, you could do a bats and cats and things. I'm almost there. I only have 5 balls left. These balls kind of unroll. And once they're unrolled, you can tug them out to the side. Music would be good right now, but YouTube will shut down my channel. Alexa, why does